Alright, so I've been working, okay? I've been actually making some pretty impressive eurekas lately. Now, first thing I'd like to share with you is on this paper right here, okay? Here is what I believe is the reason our DNA RNA is broken into groups GTAC. Look at that. Maybe it's because of Armageddon code and the fact that 3 makes 4 makes 5 makes 6. Does it make 7? Let's start with Austin Lee Meredith and Shelane Amber Graves, the creators of the free energy device that we live inside. Now, ALM is the 3. It is the universe, which is 4. It is dotted to something, which is another galaxy. Okay? So, selves, galaxy, dotted to a galaxy in a universe. 3 makes 4 makes 5 makes 6. Now, understand this. Austin Lee Meredith is a dude. Now, dudes come first because males lead the way. Okay? Or masculine leads the way. But feminine comes first in God's point of view because God reads everything from left to right, which is backwards, and when we read from left to right. Now, isn't it interesting? ALM, when you break them down, is 1, 12, and 13, which is 26, which means capital letters, let's say. But you have 3 selves. Now, capital letters of 3 is a C. Now, if you take Shelane Amber Graves and just read it backwards, you get gas. If you add a +1 to it, you're going to add it to the end, so you can get GAT. And then you're going to capitalize it, you're going to get GAT. And then your 3 makes 4 makes 5 is going to make a V like that. Your G and your T are going to go up. Your A is going to go below. Make this heart, you know, the heart thing. And when C comes in, it's going to go beside the A, making a GTAC, you know, building blocks of your DNA and RNA. That's wild. How about this? That is a singularity, okay? Now, this would be 0, this will be 15, okay? You know? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Interesting. So if that's a singularity, which is a 0, which has a line through it, you know, a circle with a line through it, and say that line through it has a dot, and a line. Hey look, it looks like that character from Disney movie. You have a dot, a line, and a circle, which is like a 2, 2 if you count the 0-dimensional singularities and the 1-dimensional lines. And then you're going to add 2 dot to the 2. You're going to make a fly speck, but you're going to reverse land it because the dot's a line, because the 0's a 1. And then you're going to add 1 to each of them, so you get 33 all in a circle, which is a 34. Now this could also mean a dot line in a circle, which is a 12, which is a 13, or it can mean a circle 2, which is a 4, which is that. 34, 13, and 4 are important. Now when you take this, what do you have? You have 4 1-dimensional lines and 8 0th dimensional singularities. You're going to go 4.8. It's going to make an 8 circle 4. You're going to get a 95 or a 96. Look at that, 96 magnets in the XYZ planes of heaven. Now for my final trick, 0 is equal to a 69. 69 is just a 15, guys. Which is why 0 is equal to, you know, 15 hex, you know, in your hand. But if you take this, your fingers, you're going to have 4 dashes and 1 dash dotted to the 1-dimensional line going through it. Then you're going to get that. Okay, you're going to get 4 dot to 1, both in circles, because the extra line makes another circle. Then you get that. Okay, you're going to get... What's going to happen now? Maybe they're flipped. Maybe they're flipped. Maybe I should have flipped them. I didn't flip them. Okay. But what's going to happen is that circle is eventually going to compress and make a 1-dimensional line. And this circle is going to compress and make a 1-dimensional line. Meaning that you're going to have basically your X, Y, and Z. Okay. And when you have them all in a circle, they're going to come together. So you're going to have 5. Okay. Like your zodiac, your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receive senses and your 1 transmit sense. And if you want to get rid of the in and out of the page, I'm going to draw 8. Around the pluses, okay? And what happens then is that when you multiplex the plus and the infinite, you're going to get a bunch of x's. You're going to have 5 x's. And when you count them down to 0-dimensional singularities and 1-dimensional lines, you're going to have 13 singularities and 20 1-dimensional lines. 2013. Now, 2013 is equal to 2012 in a circle. When was the end of the Mayan calendar? 2012. Now, 2013 is another clever depiction of 19 and 12 fly speck together. Now, when I think of a 9 with a 1 and a 2 with a 1, that basically means you have 2 2s and 2 9s. You're going to get a double fly speck like this. And when you write it out, that's actually going to be a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 1, with 2, 2, and 9, 9. When you add those up, you're going to get 26 in a circle, which is equal to 27. What I find rather funny is that 34 plus 13 plus 4 plus 96 plus 27 is equal to 174 magnets in heaven when you count your 5 rings and your 14 axles. Wow. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the cross. The cross depicted by the X-Wing scene in A New Hope. You know? Red 10, red 7, red 3, red 9. Okay? I believe it was red 6. No. Yeah, red 6. Red 2. And red 11, I think, or something. I don't remember I don't remember what it is, but anyways, this right here is very important. The reason it's very important is right here. Now, if you count the if you count everything in the 0 as a 0, okay, and you add up the numbers, you get 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10, not including the 1 or the 0, because the 1 is a 0, you're gonna get a 33, okay? And you have 2 big circles and 3 zeros, because that's a 0, that's a 0, and that's a 0, even though that's a 76. So a 33 plus 2 plus 3 is 38, which is the same thing as 33 circled 5 times, which is what eventually this becomes when you have your other depiction. Now, what else is funny is if you take the same sequence right here, what you also have is 4 circles. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 circles, but you have a +1 for the entire thing. Now, if you think about this in terms of balance, look, you have a 14 on this side and you have a circled 7 here. Well, if that 7 is a one-dimensional line, then that's 2 7s. 2 7s is a 14. Same thing here. If that's a 6 in the circle, that one-dimensional line is a 1 by 6. A 6 in the 0, a 0 is equal to 6. There's your balance. What you're left with is 5, 7, and 10. Now look at this. You have 4 circles, you have a 22, and then you have a +1. That looks like 420 and 420. What happens when you add 420 to 420? You get 840. When you take 840 plus 33 plus 34, if you count that 1, which is not a 0, you get 874 magnets needed in a free energy device with 14 axles rotating. I find that rather interesting. Anyways, and then what I did was I actually busted out, I did it again, okay, and look what I found. You see the candy cane? Remember the soul reading I had about a candy cane coming out of my ass? Putting it on a one-dimensional line? That's Fibonacci, guys. Fibonacci is just the 2 things previous equal the next thing. The 2 things previous equal the next thing. You see what's going on? It makes a chain. Links in a chain. These are all selves. These are all galaxies. And then the universes get more complicated when you go into the third column of Fibonacci, which I derived. And look, when you make this right here, you have a 1, a 0, 0, and a 4. That's a 5. Okay. What happens when you go from here up to here? Look at that. You have 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Huh. Look at that. What's the next one? 28. 13 and 5 is 18. 18 and 4 is 22. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Wow! Look, that's the line of balance. Now the cipher has to change. Okay? And it does. And then, like, anyways. And then here are your L's for the fourth the fourth column here. You have an L here, you have an L here, you have an L here, and when you make your 4th L, you make a bigger L. Okay? Anyways, I did my math. Look at your number. Look, there's your M, there's your capital M, and there's your W. So maybe women are further from God than men. I don't know. And look at that. Your 4 corners of the earth, making a top coming out of the page pyramid and into the page pyramid of an octahedral light source, because creation is both macro and micro. Now I know that I'm going to have to do some revision on my hands. Okay, again, this is a 0, that's a 1, that's a 2, that's 3, that's a 4, that's a 5, that's a 6, that's a 7, that's an 8, that's a 9, that's a 10, that's an 11, I didn't know how to depict it, okay? That's a 12, that's a 13, that's a 14, and that's a 15. These ones, I'm not 100% yet, but I'm pretty sure I can go all the way to 33. Okay, and I think this one's wrong too. I think 29 and 33. I gotta fix these because I actually think that, you know, Star Trek, you know, this looks like a 33 because this is a 2 is a 1, a 2 is a 1. Your thumb is special, so it's like a 2. So there's your 33. Okay, or maybe it's a 32. I don't know yet. Anyways, I find it very interesting that I was able to derive, you know, your DNA and your RNA, the GTAC, from Austin Lee Merritt, the Chile member Graves. I was able to take a fist, which is a dot, look at that, come up with these numbers, and when you add them all together, you get the number of magnets needed in heaven. And then I was able to look at this a little deeper, and when I actually break this shit down, look at that, guys. I get 874 magnets needed total in my free energy device. Huh. Well, it's dark in there. You can't really see. So, I got some more work to do. I know I'm not done. I know everything that I've done isn't perfect, okay? I'm sorry that I'm the way I am, and I'm frustrated and annoyed with the world, because no one's able else to see this like I am. And I'm pretty positive that free energy is very feasible, and that there's a lot of master masons that know this, you know, including Walt Disney. You know, Walt Disney made the 33 Club. Who did Star Wars get bought by? Star Wars got bought by Disney. Now the 33 Club. Huh. Really? Really, the 33 Club. Interesting. Very interesting. Even if you count that one, you get a 34 and you break it out because, you know, whatever's a whatever. A circle 34 is equal to a circle 33. I think I understand very high level Mason stuff, okay? And I'm trying to help you see the signs and symbols, okay? I've been watching a bunch of Game of Thrones, which is an excellent study tip, or study material in creation, because George R.R. Martin follows a very strict regiment about why people say what they say. Like when they said in season 6 of Game of Thrones, before they blow up everyone in the whatever it's called, or whatever, maybe before Joffrey's wedding, they say that the sept can only hold 700 people. And they said, that's fine. Because 874 minus 174 is equal to 700. And there is no 700 on the table of creation. So you have to be smart to understand where 700 comes from. 700 comes from something to do about free energy, guys. I'm pretty fucking sure of this. So, all is well. I quit my job last Thursday because I literally cannot take it anymore. I can't take it. I'm done. I tapped. So, whatever. Job's a job. I'll find something. I'll make free energy happen. I have to show you for you to believe it, which is, you know, very, very challenging because when you're doing everything on your own, everything is harder. More hands that help with the work, the easier the work gets done. Now, I don't have a job anymore, meaning that I have to leave this place. And I'm going to have to go live with a whole bunch of whateverness and figure out what the hell's going to happen or what job I'm going to get to waste my time so that I can eventually make a free energy device and blah, 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 blah. Or I can get maybe a fundraising to help myself do this. Now, I have no more income anymore. I'm going to have all my time available if I'm able to pay my bills. Okay? Now, I just got my computer brought in. I'm going to get it all fixed up, all fancy-dancy, and I'm going to be able to make a lot more entertaining, better videos, which I plan to do in my free time because I think it's that important. Okay? So before I set out on my whatever to go move in with whatever, to go figure out if I can make free energy device happen, you know, I don't have to be the only one doing it. Okay? But if you want me to prove that it works before you make it yourself, I could definitely use some help. I'm sorry that I'm the biggest asshole in Earth. Okay? I hate the fact that I love everyone I've ever met this much, that I want everyone to know this. I want to help everyone with the rest of their lives. An understanding of truth. An understanding of bullshit, which is depicted in everything. Okay, because Freemasons rule the world. Freemasons created your religions, you know. You're Adam and Eve. You're Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. They're centered on a 13. That 13 is common to or not Jesus, but the Christ and the MM. Okay, your two M's and your CJ, very close to 13. So if you think 13 is an unlucky number, Think again. Cheers.